What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? So we are back again for another episode review of Delilah. Child, let me tell y'all what I did, okay? So, I was off today, and that's why y'all was able to get, Queen Sugar and the Oval earlier than normal, okay, on a Tuesday night. But that meant that listen. I thought I had recorded Delilah. Okay, the first showing that comes on 8 o'clock right after Queen Sugar. So I'm looking on my guide after I finished the Oval, and I was like, "What the freak?" I didn't even record it, so I had to catch the second showing of it, which I'm glad it was a second showing, but it's still coming up around the same time that I usually, put it up on Tuesday night. I am so mad that next week is the season finale. Listen, we only get 8 episodes. That's whatever, okay, but they finna blow us away, I hope. Because baby girl, Miss Leah, like, we are supposed to be helping you and we are supposed to be rooting for you, but baby girl, you are making it so goddamn hard. That bitch cannot be trusted. And I'm sorry to call her a bitch, but god damn. Girl, what is going on? All right. Let me tell you something. I will say I love the fact about these episodes that they keep leaving each episode with a cliffhanger that's like, oh my God, wait a minute, what? I need to see the next episode. So once again, this is Delilah season 1, episode 7, Purple Empress. Okay. So we get into the episode. Let me tell you something. Delilah is on cloud 9, all right? You know, that bachata, shaking that booty with Jamal and being all up in his mouth and everything or whatever, she got her some little Dominican taste, okay? She got her little Dominican taste, got a little piece of Dominican, you know what I'm saying? And I said, girl, if you waking up just from a kiss and a dance like that, wait until y'all actually do the thing, okay? Bitch, she gonna be on cloud 1500, bitch, okay? She waking up all good, She ain't even put her hair all the way on. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be quite honest. I hate when black women don't tie their hair up. Cause I be like, girl, that is a farcity. Even with my stuff. The only time I don't tie my stuff up is when I know it's just over and done with and it's about to get done. That's the only time, you know what I'm saying, that I don't tie my hair up. But girl, I was like, Leah didn't care. Delilah didn't care. She done had her good time the night before, and that is what she needed because this whole season, Delilah been stressed out. Okay, if it ain't the kids, it's Gordon, it's Tamara, and it's goddamn Leah ass lying all over the goddamn place. Okay, she trying to help her ass out, and she making stuff so goddamn difficult. But anyway, so she doing that. She wake up, she get a little good morning text. He was like, I'm still looking forward to another dance or whatever. I already miss you. I'm looking forward to another dance. I was like, ooh, wait, Leah. Delilah. Why keep calling her Leah? Oh, wait, Delilah, you put your stank on that man. All right, don't give him the push just yet because he ain't gonna be able to he ain't gonna leave your ass alone, okay? She listening to Mama done got a new wig, okay? She curling it up, putting her stuff in there, listening to the little Latin music or whatever. And then here come Mason. Mason comes in and basically, fuck up the groove. Truth be told, I feel like Mason got a little thing for Delilah. Am I the only one that's getting that little feeling or whatever? I feel like maybe they had something in the past or whatever that could have happened, but it didn't happen because, she was married to Gordon at the moment, and maybe he was feeling her and felt like he probably could have had an end once they got divorced, and it just never happened, okay? Because that man is always at her house. Rain, sleet, shine, snow, whatever, okay? Basically telling her some updated information about this Pine City Trust, okay? He said, I went down there to the bank where the Pine City Trust P.O. box said, I should say, the P.O. box or whatever, and the account and all that stuff, where the P.O. box is located. He went to the place and he found out the person that came in, opened that thing up, got some folders out of that thing, closed the account out, and left, and gave the key away and left. It was Cindy goddamn Shay, bitch. I said, wait a minute, not Gary Shay's wife. Now see, we doing all this stuff because we trying to understand, did Gary Shay really kill himself or was he killed? We know he was killed, but who did it? Okay? And we trying to see what Rick Pattingale is all into this stuff or whatever. So now it's like Cindy Shay is closing out an account for Pine City, Trust, and we know that Rick Pattingale was the president of this trust, so of this little Pine City thing or whatever. And it's like Rick Pattingale, Cindy Shay. What do y'all get in common? It's like a web of fucking lies and shit just coming out or whatever. Meanwhile, we got Tamara over there. Her man done left her ass. Okay, not like that. Okay. She wake up, he done left. Let me tell you something. Don't do no shit like this to me, all right? Do not wake up and leave me a note. Left a note in the hallway. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit, okay? Please don't, because I will be so pissed off at you because all you had to do was be like, babe, something came up. You know, you up? You up? Okay. Something came up. I need to go fix something. I need to go check on something, but I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got to take a flight, I'm finna hop on this flight, but I'll call you and I'll let you know what's going on. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Do not leave me no note when I wake up and I'm disoriented and I'm like, girl, what happened? Where you at? And then I'm calling you and I gotta leave you a message and all this stuff. No, we ain't doing this. So what they trying to make it look like is trouble in paradise because Delilah kind of alluded to it when Tamara came over there to the house, but we'll get to that in a second. And I was like, oh, what's going on with your man? He had to go down to Raleigh or wherever, you know, Raleigh, North Carolina, and you know, handle some business. You know, he is the deputy mayor or whatever, you know, and we also got to put into play that last week, when Senior put out there that is rumors or whatever going out there saying that Casey is about to run for Senate. So, what is he up to? We don't know yet. Okay. Casey, I side eye him all this time. All right. Meanwhile, back at the office, we got Demetria. She was there and she's looking up something on her computer about some flowers and like these people are fishing and you know, she's just a confusing case. And because that one scene that sticks out to me is when she was sitting down, that one scene, that random scene in one of the episodes, I think it was like probably a couple of episodes ago, when she sat down at her table and she was eating and she had an extra plate as if she was waiting for somebody there or, you know, just setting the table for a long lost loved one. And then I guess we kind of understood why she did that just a little bit or who it could have been for, you know. Moving on from that, you know, so Delilah come in and, you know, she want to have them to find out some information on the Pine City stuff. They trying to find out the wire transfers and all this stuff or whatever. Having people come in and taking care of business, okay? They won't, you know, just doing what they got to do. Getting ready for this deposition, all this stuff, okay? You know, we got Harper and Demetria. They still kind of iffy on their little confrontation that they had or whatever. But, you know, they gonna be working together. Harper don't trust the girl, okay? Next thing you know, here comes Leah. Delilah is putting in all this hard work for this girl. And this bitch is being ungrateful, okay? I'm just going to put it out there. And not only is she being ungrateful, this girl is just naive as hell. I have never seen somebody so freaking naive. Bitch, all you got to do is throw a dollar amount at a motherfucker and she would just crumble and just go ahead and lay down for you, okay? And I'm talking about bear everything for you. Like, girl, I will drop this, drop that. Okay, how much for this? Okay, cool. Fine. You want me to do this? You got it. That's Leah, all right? She come in and she basically said, listen, bitch, I want to settle. Okay, that's what it is. You know, I want to settle. It is what it is. You know, Fred didn't have nothing to do with this. Fred, you know, he wouldn't do this, he wouldn't do that. She was taking up so much for Fred. You know, Delilah asking all these questions like, this man came in and he had your house broken into. Oh, that wasn't him. That was Tamara. You know that was Tamara. I was like, why would Tamara do that? And take the one thing that she need that Fred was looking for, the laptop and the computer. I mean the phone. Why would she have that? What benefits do it have to her? Because she don't have any information off of that laptop or that cell phone at this particular moment. You know what I'm saying? But it was just so confusing. I was like, why are you going so hard for Fred? Oh, well, you know, he told me that this ain't gonna be a winnable case or whatever. And basically, I wish I was dead if we take this shit to trial and all this stuff anyway. Just like Gary, you know, did himself. I probably wish I'd do that to myself and all this shit, whatever. But we gonna settle this. We gonna settle this. And she was going so hard. And Delilah had to ask, bitch, Did you sleep with him last night? Because she did let him know that he popped up, at the crib and did his little drop off and threatened her and all that stuff. But she was like, did you sleep with that man? And she said, bitch, why would you ask me that? Now, truth be told, I thought she was about to be like, hell yeah, I did, bitch. What you think? I don't know why, but I really did think that she was about to be like, yeah, I slept with him. I gave him a little taste or whatever, and I wouldn't have been surprised if she did, because Leah is just naive and gullible as fuck at this point. And I can see why Fred put her in a position that she put her in. Okay, she just dumb. You can just get anything past her. All right, because at this particular point, we see Tamara. She's getting, confirmation or being let known the news from when her lawyer, from Fred or whatever, is saying that they gonna settle, and to draft it up and all that stuff. Delilah is over there trying to talk to Leah and trying to talk her out of this. Okay, listen, please don't do this. All right, we trying to. You got your name signing on these wire transfers or whatever to this Pine City Trust thing or whatever. She was like, girl, I don't know what you're talking about. If I seen it, I don't remember, okay? Because it was so much stuff that was coming in back to back, back to back to back to back. So I was just docu-signing. I said, first of all, bitch, I would have fired your ass, okay? Don't put that out there in the universe, because that just goes to show that you're not a good secretary at this point. And that's another reason why that man went on ahead and set you up the way that he set you up, because he knew that your ass wasn't looking at stuff, okay? Because you are supposed to read the shit, and I don't put my signature, whether it's docu-sign or whether it's the real thing. I am not putting my signature on shit that I don't understand, okay? That is what it is. That's why they say you got to read the fine print, okay? Read the fine print before you goddamn sign. Leah up here standing this, standing that, or whatever, and she just don't know what's going on, okay? So Delilah was like, just give me a day so that we can get some mediation going on, and I can get in contact with Cindy Shay so we can get this stuff doing. Just give me a day. She was like, girl, you got your day, because at first she wasn't trying to have it. She was like, you got your day, bitch. Okay, but after that, I'm still settling. It don't even freaking matter. Get your mediator. I'm still settling. Okay. So, we got Demetria tracking down people. They still trying to track down Rick, Pat, and Gail. And Delilah done got her some little flowers and all that stuff, okay? Delilah is blushing. I said, Jamal, that's what some new would do for you, okay? Some new possibilities, especially if y'all connect and y'all vibe. Oh, I put the wrong things up. Especially if y'all connect and y'all vibe or whatever. Somebody probably caught that. And that initial feeling of butterflies and stuff, especially when you really like them or whatever. That's cute. I miss that. One day. Moved on from that. So, Demetria on the phone cussing out this dude was basically, trying to get this guy to send over this form, these information or whatever from Fred about that radio or whatever that lady, I think her name was Rachel, the black girl that showed Tamara, when she asked about it earlier in the season, and she showed her a little demonstration to see if the radio was working and all this stuff. Yeah, she trying to get the memos and stuff on that and threatening him. And she did it in a way that I was like, all right, girl, I got to give you respect. You do what you do. You just a little fucking annoying. That's what it is, okay? So this time we got Mason coming over there to the house talking to Delilah, trying to get one of his peoples on the case to look into these wire transfers with Leah and everything. Back at the office, we got Harper. She's looking at this court stuff, okay? It was like a People's Court type of spoof thing that they put for the TV show, fiction or whatever. And she was like, all of a sudden, we see Cindy Shay up there. And then we hear her go, Demetria or whatever. So Demetria come up in there like, girl, what's going on? And then she was like, just look, bitch. Girl, it was Cindy Shay and Rick Pattengill on there. And she was like, I was looking up all this, trying to look up this information on Cindy Shay to see how she is connected to Rick Pattengill and look up information on him, and I couldn't find anything. So I was like, if this stuff happened back in the day, maybe she wasn't married to Gary at this point in time. So I looked and see what her maiden name was, and then she found her name, and And then this particular thing popped up on the internet, so she's looking at it, and who was it? It was her versus Rick Pattingale. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some rent or some shit like that. It was crazy. So now she knows that Cindy Shay and Rick Pattingale know each other. And it's like, so all of y'all are in fucking cahoots. At this point in time, we don't know who telling the truth, who being right, and who being straight up about this shit. Everybody keep on leaving stuff out. Everybody is just a suspect at this point. All right. We got Delilah, she at home cooking dinner for her kids or whatever. And she getting the information, they being told the information that, Harper and Demetria just found out. And while they doing that, you got Maya teasing Marcus about Katya and him having a little crush on her, whatever. And then Tamara comes over so that they can go over this mediation stuff and try to find the best mediator. All right. And so they wind up doing that, and they come down to the fact that they can only choose between 3 black people, and 2 of the black people are men judges who are more so like the Clarence Thomas judges, okay? And if you don't know who that is, girl, look him up, okay? Just any fucking way. Clarence goddamn Thomas. Anita Hill. There you go. Pubic hair on the goddamn cocaine, okay? There you go. Look him up. He's still a Supreme Court judge. His Republican ass. Anyway, conservative nigga. Moving on from that. That shit just made me mad. It really just made me mad real quick. But anyway, so it was this lady, this black lady. The third person was this black lady, who was from Tacoma, Washington. So they wound up picking her. It basically, Delilah is on this trip like she can't let this case go through the just fall through the cracks, okay? She, regardless of what the client wants, she wants this case to go through, and she knows that she is on the right path, okay? By just letting this case fall through the cracks and just letting them settle, Fred is going to get away with a whole bunch of shit, and that's not what she wants. And so she tells Tamara that, and Tamara was like, listen, bitch, you can't do that because this is your client stuff, and I'm trying to get back to the joy of things, okay? And at this point, you're not finna get back to the joy of things until y'all get done with this case, and you should know your friend. Your friend is headstrong. Your friend is very much determined, and she's on the right side of things. You're just doing this stuff so that you can make partner, okay? And she was like, regardless of if we want to try the case or don't do this, if we don't do it, they'll just get somebody else that'll do it, another lawyer. So we just need to stop playing and just go ahead and settle and all this stuff. And, she started asking her something else, but somehow Casey came up in there. And, she was like, we haven't spoken or whatever, but we text and all this stuff. He's out of town and woo woo. And she was like, bitch, what's going on? She kind of implying like, is something going on with y'all? Is y'all all to the good? She was like, girl, we fine, okay? Just leave it alone, we good. Whatever. Meanwhile, back at the office, Harper and Demetria are about to connect because we get to know finally Demetria's backstory, and I was just wondering what it was, okay? And she was trying to connect it to Harper, and I have to give Demetria her props because since she came on the show, I've been saying that her character has been annoying the hell out of me. Like, she pushed buttons, okay, and doesn't realize it. She's a habitual line stepper and doesn't understand or realize that she's doing it. So she doesn't do it on purpose. She just doesn't realize she's doing it, but we get to see a little bit. She gives us a little bit about how, she used to live in another city in the state, and she moved down here because she met somebody, her husband that she was married to for 10 years, met him on this Christian website, dating website. And, she was like, everything was all to the good. He got her into the plants and stuff like that. That's how come she's very knowledgeable on things, okay, on the plant life and stuff. And she was like, everything was all good until like 7 years into the relationship, the marriage, all of a sudden he started to change. Okay, he was being distant with her, wasn't telling her stuff, just going out and just spacing out and doing all type of stuff that wasn't regular. Not treating her right or treating her the way that she felt that she needed to be treated. Like, his whole demeanor and everything just changed. And she said basically what wound up happening is she kicked him out and said, once you can appreciate me the way that I need to be appreciated, we can, come back together and we can try this again. And, she thought he was cheating, but come to find out he wasn't cheating. He had a brain tumor, okay? A brain tumor that started cancer as colon cancer that traveled, so it metastasized. Girl, y'all know when it starts traveling and going to different organs, metastasized, bitch. Any metastatic, there you go. Don't do me in the comments, okay? It's late. I got a thick, girl. I got a little dry mouth right about now, girl. I'm trying to give it to y'all. Girl. It just caught me off guard. Sometimes that shit be sneaking up on a bitch, okay? But anyway, yes, the shit traveled from his colon to his brain. And once they took the tumor out, it was still up in his spine and everything. So basically, she was doing law school at that point. She took a year or so off so that she can take care of him. And I'm going to assume that he passed away, because she did say at one point, she was sitting up in there. She said, and rather her just sit up in the house just crying and being depressed or whatever, she went on ahead and she got her life back on track. She went and finished school. And that's what she was trying to tell Harper. You can get your shit back on track. And I love the fact that Harper was taking it in and didn't get offended by it. She was like, but how? She was telling her and giving her advice and all this stuff. It was a nice moment. Meanwhile, Mason and got one of his friends to look into the wire transfers to see what was going on with them, because they're trying to see whether or not, if Leah does not know about it, are they deep fakes? Are they real? The timestamp and everything can be faked and everything. And everything was showing up as if this is real, this is real, this is real. And then all of a sudden we got a hit showing that something is fake, okay? And so we was like, that's our end at this point, to see what's happening and to prove that Leah was just being played, being used as a pawn at this point. And so Mason wound up coming over there to the house when Tamara was there, and put it out there that this was fake. Okay, they used they had some documents that was done months ago, but they used a different type of software from the bank, whatever, that didn't just come into play until 10 days ago. So it goes to show that the time frame and all that shit, the time stamps and all that stuff, it was fake as fuck, But Tamara also knew about the Pine City trust and everything, and so now she's looking confused as to what the fuck do she do, okay? And at this point, with Delilah knowing all this stuff, knowing that they faked those wire transfers, they trying to set that girl up, and she's trying to, we could tell that she's a whistleblower, and she don't even realize that she's a whistleblower. She said, bitch, we not settling. So you can fuck that mediation shit. We not settling. It's over. It's done with. We going to goddamn court. Okay? We taking this shit to trial. So at this point, they had Cindy Shay to come up in there, and they asking her all these questions because they're about to get ready for a deposition, and they recording this stuff to make sure, that she telling the truth or whatever. How do you know this person? How do you know that person? What's going on with Rick Pattingale and all this stuff? Girl, she was asking all these questions and answering them, whatever. And Mama was acting like she really didn't know what was going on. Well, I told you this, and Gary got involved in this, and whatever, and woo woo woo. And they was like, girl, what about Rick? We know you know him. She said, who? And then Delilah said, listen, we can protect you. You don't have to be scared and whatever. And she was like, okay, listen, girl. See, this what had happened, because they was trying to figure out, did Rick introduce Fred to Gary, or did Cindy introduce Rick to Gary and Gary introduced Rick to Fred? Come to find out, it was Cindy had a relationship with Rick. They were boyfriend and girlfriend back in the day before she got married. And so after that, I guess they stayed in touch. And, Rick got introduced to Fred, who got introduced to Gary and put him onto that whole, project and all this stuff, and Gary was given $100,000 to do the radios and to basically lie about this shit. They was padding the shit, okay? Padding the fact that this was going on, this was working, and this wasn't working. So everybody was just being fake and putting out false information and getting paid to do so, all right? And once this lawsuit came about, they was in the midst when they fired Leah, because they trying to figure out, did they fire Leah because of this, or did they fire Leah because she was just doing a bad job, you know? But at this point, they was like, listen, they was trying to clean it all up. That's what they was trying to do. But then you came along, Delilah, and you start butting your nose into it. And next thing you know, my nigga just did. Okay, this motherfucker then left me with all this bullshit. All right, I said, I know that's right, Cindy Shay. Ain't nobody tell you to do that, but you know you gotta hold your man down. Okay, but then here comes where stuff gets fucked up even more. This is why it's like, Leah girl, we are trying to be on your side, baby girl, but girl, you making it so hard at this point. Whatever fucking happened to your ass happens to your ass, because you are just, whoo, why can't you just tell the truth, girl? Give us all. You won't help. You came to Delilah with help, and you are still withholding information. So basically, Leah comes up in the office. Cindy Shay's still there, and Cindy was like, "Oh, hey, don't I remember meeting you, right?" And she was like, "You're Fred's secretary, right?" And she was like, yeah, I was or whatever, but no longer. And she was like, oh, it was just so long ago that I probably met you. I don't remember. And then remember, Leah tried to make it seem like it was so long ago that she met Cindy Shay, probably like trying to make it seem like it was probably like years ago or whatever when she was working for Fred. Oh no. Delilah was like, so y'all know each other? You seen her before? She was like, you brought over like a little welcome basket or whatever with some baby clothes and stuff from Fred and Osborne Corp or whatever the day before Gary died. The day before Gary died, Leah was already fired and up there trying to get this case going with Delilah. Okay. So I'm sitting here like, are you still in cahoots with this man? Okay. And then Delilah was like, so you lied to me. What is going on? What else did you know about? Okay. And she somehow kind of connected to Gary, like, did you know about Gary's death? I was sitting here like, girl, if Leah had anything to do with that shit, bitch, that shit threw me off. I said, they cut it off before we can get the answer. They cut it off before we get the answer. I said, bitch, she too damn dumb to kill somebody. But then again, she could be playing an act. She could be acting her ass off. We just don't know. The way they ended that, I liked it. I really liked it. This was a good episode. You guys tell me how you feel about it. Like I said, next week is the season finale. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Peace.